Alright, what's up Dominators? Welcome back to the ShiHai's channel, and today I present to you mine, or I would say Wilson's, personalized Messiah deck recipe. So yes, I've done one, the most recent one, which is for Novas, but I haven't actually do the new Messiah yet. So yes, this is the new V-EB07 Messiah. So basically Ibuki in anime converted from deleters to Messiah, but yes, you can see some deleter cards right over here, which is great trees only, but most of the time you have the new support from EB07 coming in. So we're gonna get through the deck. As usual, it's the new format. Hope you guys like the format where I showcase the full decks, and then after that we go into the three things in which the cards, the card skills, why I run them, and then maybe a little bit of card combos at the end. And before I start the video, I just want to say that I actually would like to actually set up a new channel not converting in the say, I would like to do a little bit of mobile gaming on the channel, in a sense where I'll be playing this new game is called Epic 7. You can see right here. I'm not too sure whether it's a good idea, but obviously the main channel will still do Vanguard related. I won't say I would post any gameplay or like games, video gaming on the channel at all. It will be purely Vanguard related, but I'll probably set up a sub channel in a sense to actually promote this game. So this game is pretty good. Has over 1 million downloads, and a lot of my friends has been asking me, oh, maybe you should set up a new channel based on the games. And since this game is relatively not say new, like but it's been running for a few months or years, or maybe about a year around there, and it's 1 million plus downloads, and a lot of my friends have been playing it. So they asked me like, oh, why don't you just set up a new channel based on the gaming. But it depends. I would want you guys' opinions as well, whether I should post videos here. But obviously, as I said before, it's still gonna be Vanguard related. I won't post much of this gaming stuff unless I really want to. But yeah, I just really want to promote the game. I'm not sponsored by the game at all. I just want you guys to maybe play the game and enjoy the game. So basically, it's the animation, and I really like it. So I will ask you guys to go and check it out if you want to. By the way, this video also will feature the new 500 yen start deck, in which you're gonna open later. So let's get on to the deck first before we open this up. So as you can see, this is the deck that Wilson actually runs in his Messiah profile per se. So yeah, we're gonna get through the deck first. We got the Great Tree, so we got the new Harmonics Messiah, OG Messiah, but with a different skill. Basically, on attack, Vanguard Circle, you may search your deck for one card, put it to Vanguard Circle and lock it. So that's basically the first skill, but the second skill is why you actually run and why the deck flows so well and why you can have that Immortal Sensei's. Once per turn, the end or better that they attack, if you have a Great Tree in soul, you make Power +1, discard a card, unlock all of your lock cards, and then you draw for the amount of cards that you have unlocked, and then 2 of your rear guards in the front row gains 15k power. So what this means that you ideally want to go Force 1 in this deck. You wouldn't want to go Force 2. I don't understand why people actually run Force 2 in the deck, because you have 5 attacks, essentially 5 attacks, because you count that you have 1, 2 in 2 front row rear guards, and then 3 as your vanguard, and then after that you either try to lock one of your rear guards or call over based on some of the card skills that we will get to later. And then once your vanguard attacks, you may call one lock card over the existing rearguard to replace it, and then essentially you get 5 attacks off. And the fourth and fifth attack is going to be the biggest, because 2 of your front row rearguards gain 15k until end of turn, based on the skill here. But obviously you can't first right and do this because you need a Great Tree, so unless you so charge a Great Tree, we should get to later. So yes, this is basically the skill. This is why Harmonics is currently now kind of in the meta, because they have the enormous hand size to guard your attacks because of the constant unlocking and locking. At the same time, once they unlock their cards, if you have like 3 lock cards and you unlock all of them, you essentially gain the extra attack, extra free attacks. You gain the enormous hand size because you discard 1, and then you draw for each card that you unlock. So basically you net like 2 cards for free based on the number of lock cards you have in the field. So it's really strong at the moment, and this deck, I would say it comprises a little bit of the delete, at the same time a little bit of the drawing, but mostly is the Messiah drawing part. So moving on, we got the trial deck Greon. So this is the deleter Greon. Your first right option obviously is one of the best. X skill, Vanguard, counter plus 2, you delete your opponent's Vanguard, so turn it face down becomes 0. And then on hit, you may soul plus 1, you choose one of your opponent's Vanguards and you bind it face down. So ideally this would be your first right, so pressure your opponent, but you don't have to counter plus 2, obviously, because you essentially want to get the force marker going and all that. But yes, if you're on hit, you may soul plus 1 and buy your opponent's Vanguard, but this deck actually requires a lot of soul, which I'll get to later. So yes, this is a very good first right target. The other first right target you can actually go to, in which Musa only runs 1. I don't know why. I would consider bumping this up to 2, maybe take out 1 ground, but yeah, this is Wilson's deck. Anyways, continuous. This unit gains 5k for each lock card. For each lock card on your field during your turn when it attacks, if I'm not wrong. So yes, and then when he attacks, the X skill is Vanguard Rearguard, you may soul plus 1. You put one of your hand, one card from your hand to the Rearguard circle as lock, and then you draw a card. So yes, this is basically the full skill. It's a grade 3 with force. You don't mind writing it into the first, as your first grade 3, right? But I feel that you should run at least 2 of it, but Wilson runs 1 for, I don't know, whatever reason. But yes, it enables you to get the multi-attack off with Harmonix Messiah, even though it has Vanguard Rearguard skill, so it's pretty good, and I recommend you to run it as well. Moving on, we got I have no idea what's this girl's name, totally forgot, but yeah, basically I only know the skill. It's grade 2. On attack, soul plus 1, you may discard a card, put the top card of your deck as a lock onto the Rearguard circle, and then you draw a card. So basically it nets you 1 card, I guess, 1 plus 1 for free, because you drop 1, you put the top card to as lock, and then you draw 1. So it's pretty good, and I don't recommend you cut this out from the Messiah deck at all, because it allows that 5 attacks in one a grade 3 turn, where you have a grade 3 in your soul and you're on Harmonix Messiah plus the 15k, so you wouldn't want to exclude out this girl at all. Don't forget what's the name. Basically, this is the monk, if I'm not wrong. This is a monk that a lot of people has been running. It's a really good card against clans that are very, very rearguard reliant. On attack, Vanguard Rearguard, you may count plus 1, choose one of your opponent's Rearguards and bind it. If I'm not wrong, it's bind it face down or bind it face up, either one, but basically you bind it out of the game. And then if you bind a grade 2 or higher, you may soul charge 1. So if you're really lucky enough, you are on your grade 2 turn, you count plus 1, you bind one of your opponent's grade 2 or higher Rearguards, and you soul charge into a grade 3, you can first write Harmonix Messiah and use the skill, because Harmonix Messiah skills requires you to have a grade 3 in soul. So yeah, you can do that if you want, if you are really, really lucky. Run 4 of these, because I think in the deck, in the meta we have now with Nova Grapplers running around, a lot of XL clans running around, especially Bermuda, you can bind their grade 3s, like Sonata, the Karos, you can bind Brutal Jack, you can bind a lot of clans that are heavily reliant on Rearguards, so I don't recommend you cut out the Monk, if I'm not wrong, this is his name. Moving on to the Gambit, whatever. Basically, this is the card that allows you to restand your Vanguard, so you essentially have up to 6 attacks during your turn. Skill, when it's unlocked, auto count plus 1, you reveal the top card of your deck. If the top card of your deck is a grade 3, you may discard 2 cards, stand your Vanguard for free. So yes, ideally what you want to do is, when you're on Harmonix Messiah with a grade 3, so you attack, you may once your Vanguard attacks, you may search your deck for this guy, put as a lock, and then end of battle, count plus 1, discard 1, you unlock and draw for the amount of cards that you unlock, and then you activate this guy's skills of count plus 1, you reveal the top card. If it's a grade 3, you discard 2 cards, you stand Vanguard for free on the board. So it's essentially getting up to 6 attacks with 4 drives, which makes your opponents really sweat depending on how many grade 3s you play. So this deck runs 9 grade 3s. It's pretty balanced, I would say. The best grade 3 count is around 8 to 10 for this deck. And yeah, this is a pretty good card. Moving on to one of the best grade 1s other than this bird in this game. Basically, the skill of this guy is, when boosting and is on hit, you may count plus 1, choose one of your opponent's Rearguard and bind it face down. Grade 2, is it? Count plus 1, choose one of your opponent's Rearguards and bind it face down. Yep. Then if your Vanguard is a grade 3, you may draw 1 card. So it's pretty good during your grade 3 turn. But if you want to get rid of opponents in the early game, you may just call this down for booster. On hit, count plus 1, bind one of the Rearguards. But in order to draw, you obviously need to be a grade 3 you need to have a grade 3 Vanguard. So yes. Moving on to the best first right. This is why this card, this deck actually pluses so much is because of this bird. I don't remember his name as usual. I'm so bad with names, I'm so sorry. Basically, on place Vanguard Circle, you may put the top card of your deck onto your Vanguard Circle as a lock card. So it essentially +1 for you onto the field. And then on the Vanguard Circle, act once per turn, you may soul +1 through look at the top card of your deck. And then you put it onto one of your Vanguard and face down. So it basically enables you to have a lock card during your turn. And it's the best first right because it's instantly +1 on the field. And you may choose to activate either its effect first, or you choose to activate your starter skill effect in which to draw one. So you can either put the top card of your deck as a lock first, or you either draw one, but it doesn't really make a difference because you can't really see the top card of your deck. Unless you cheat, obviously, but get to that maybe another time. But essentially, you shouldn't cheat in Vanguard. Cheating in Vanguard is really bad. In any game, actually, cheating in any game is pretty bad. For this card, it's pretty good. I'm not too sure of the specifics of the skill, but basically, I think if you have a Vanguard with a Messiah in its name or a lock card, you soul +1 and you lock this card and you counter charge 1. So this is basically the counter charger of the deck. You wouldn't want to be too worried about opponents that damage deny you per se, yes, because if they damage deny you, sure, you can just whack with Harmonics Messiah and then call this card as a lock and to prepare for next turn, in which you will want to lock it and counter charge 1 so that you get the extra counter blast to use for Messiah skill right here. Wilson runs 3, I think it's fine. Some people run 4 because it's an important key card in the sense that you actually get to draw one off free of Harmonics Messiah, because you get to lock the card and Harmonics Messiah skill states count +1, discard 1, unlock all the lock cards, and then you draw for each unlock card. Yep, so basically that's the skill. Moving on to the last deleter card. I think this card is really good against clans that really have a lot of field presence, especially in XL, with a lot of great tools on the board. When boosting you may soul +1, your opponent is forced to intercept. So that gets rid of most of the rear guards on the field. Even though, let's just say you've got cards that you really don't want to be on the field. Like, let's just say important cards such as Brutal Jet, Kick Typhoon. Just basically talking about Nova Grapplers. So this card is a really good card in terms of getting those important grade 2 or cards that can intercept out of the way. Even in Bermuda, where you have Fina on board, you will force them to intercept in a sense. So yes, it's a good card to have, and you can call them out with Harmonics Messiah skill if you really got no other core targets and you're afraid of your opponent's next turn. So yes, for the triggers, we run 8 crits, 4 draws, 4 heals. I think that's fine. Even though you get the free crits, the free other 4 crits in the booster. So yeah, essentially can run 12 crits, but you would want to run the grade 0 Kanzen's draw triggers, because you realize that there is absolutely no grade 1 space to actually run the grade 1 Kanzen, because you're running at a 12 grade 1 count is pretty high already, and the space is a bit limited because these 3 cards are really important in the deck, so you ideally wouldn't want to cut them out at all. But yeah, this is the basis of the deck, and I think I explained most of the card skills already, in a sense that let's just maybe jump a little bit to the combos. Yeah, we'll do a little bit of comboing. Let's cut the video a little bit. Okay, so here we go. At the starting part of your grade 3 turn, so you ride. And since you already got a grade 3, let's proxy these two as force markers right here. So you ideally want to force both of your sides because you're gaining an extra 2 attack on your rear guards. You ideally don't want to force the Vanguard, but if you are going to your third ride, yeah, you may force the Vanguard if you want. But most of the time I see people do force the rear guards instead. So you can activate the skill of your bird first. I really don't know the name, I'm so sorry, I forgot. So +1, look at the top card, call as a lock, so whatever, it doesn't make sense. I mean, it doesn't matter what you call. So these are force markers, just saying, force 1 markers. You can call this down, call this if you want. You may have this on board as well instead of the bird. So if you have this on board as well, is okay, it's fine, but you won't get the lock card, obviously, you just call it here. Then you may soul +1, and let's just say you are without damage or anything, it's fine. You may soul +1, and then you lock itself, you counter charge 1 if your opponent decides to damage deny you, and then you just start whacking your opponent for damage. So first you can actually have a lock card and on play, you may attack with your opponent. So this is actually gains 5k for each, and you may activate the skill once more. You soul plus 1, you call your one card as lock, or it doesn't matter, so it gains 10k instead of 5k. So now it's a 23k with force and becomes 33k to your opponent's vanguard, so 25k guard whether you're force or XL clan, doesn't matter. And then when you attacks with this, you may soul plus 1, but in this case, right, ideally you want to go for extra soul. So if you have extra soul, you wouldn't want to soul plus a grade 3 for your Messiah, so that seems to be on my part anyways. But basically you would try to get a lock a card in the soul and try to replace these two rear guards in order to gain 5 attacks on your turn. So you can activate the skill, you discard 1, so you discard maybe Grey or whatever, call top card as lock, and then yeah, you basically do that, and then whether your opponent decides to card or not. On hit, you may count plus 1, but you only got 1 count plus to use, then that's basically not it. Skill, you may search your deck, so you replace this right here, so you essentially gain. Ideally, you want to search for the Gambit, but in this case, when you have no counter blast, let's just say you have additional counter blast right here to use, so you would search the Bandit. If not, you will search anything else but the Bandit. Maybe you can search for a grade 2 or grade 1, basically a grade 3 would be fine as well. So you lock it as well, and then your Vanguard attacks, depending on whether you guard or not. First check, second check, heal trigger, you can heal, whatever. You pump all the Vanguard because you got literally nothing else to pump to. Count plus 1, you may discard 1 card, whatever, you unlock all of your lock cards right here. I have no idea what it is here, but okay. So it's probably called to get to skill. Then you draw 4 because you unlock 4 cards. Draw 4, and then basically this is a man's amount of hand size. Both your guys plus 15k, so you can actually start to attack right now. And then his skill activates first, so you can count plus 1, check the top card of your deck. If it's a grade 3, let's just say it's a grade 3 right here. If it's a grade 3, you add it to your hand, and then you activate his skill. You discard 2, let's just say discard 2 grade 3s, stand a Vanguard, so that's 6 attacks in total with plus 15k. Attack Vanguard, Twin Drive, first check, heal, power, second check. Yeah, so basically, these two will be working for immense amount of numbers. Your opponent will either have to take them or die, depending on whether they're 6 damage, or you have to, you know, guard their attacks. Yeah, basically. So yeah, that's the basis of the Messiah deck. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Now we're just gonna get into opening the new start deck, in which I bought the Royal Paladin one instead of the, or only the Royal Paladin one instead of the Blaster, instead of the Shadow Paladin one. Yes, I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, let's get right into it. Okay. Shit. Okay, never mind. Get my Lucky Ruler. Let's open it right here. I'm not too sure what they give in the start deck. I'm pretty sure they give King of Knights Alfred. In what, if I remember correctly, that's, yeah, pretty much what they give in the start deck. So you guys don't have to spend like additional like $15 to $20 for the foiled King of Knights, because they give if I'm not wrong, they actually do give a full art one in this deck. So let's see what we have here. Opening up the deck. We have a nice Blaster Blade full art, 10k base. So yes, just put this aside first. As you can see, it's pretty compact, and there's a QR code here for some reason. So yeah, it's just released in Singapore, which I lived a few days ago only, about 3 days ago on a Friday. So yeah, filmed this video on a Sunday night. So yeah, moving on, let's just open the deck and see what it gives, what contains in the deck. Start deck. God damn, pretty bad opening decks. Okay. I have no strength, as you can see. I'm pretty skinny for a guy. Okay, yeah. Alright, so first we have, what happened to the Blaster Dart? Holy shit, I've changed the cards magically for some reason. So yeah, this is the Blaster Dart right here actually. Blaster Blade. What? Blaster Dart? So sorry. Blaster Blade. We get the full art King of Knights Alfred. Reprint Alfred early. So I guess King of Knights Alfred is right here. Star Dragon, in which no one runs, so you can basically throw the card away. Alfred early, actually no one runs it as well. Yeah, of course, everybody runs King of Knights. 3 Blaster Blades, so you have the 4th one right here for the special art. Galatins, useless card. Alan, I don't remember the name of the card, sorry. Alan's Wingull, useless card, don't remember. 4 PGs reprinted. We get Grime again, if I'm not wrong, that's the name. 4 Elaines, and then that's basically it for the start deck. I didn't get any special rarity or any foil or anything, so yeah, that's basically it with this special card right here. So yeah, that's about it, guys. This is what contains in the start deck. If I'm not wrong, you get a chance to get a foil King of Knights Alfred, or like a foil marker, like a foil for imaginary gift Force 1 marker, but apparently I'm not that lucky to obtain that today. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with what they actually gave. They give a free full art King of Knights Alfred, which I think is pretty cool. You can get it in a foil. They give me a new reprint of the Blaster Blade artwork, which looks pretty nice. And yeah, that's about it, guys. Thank you much for watching. Hope you guys like the video, and hope you guys check out the new game. If I told you before, it's Epic 7, and maybe I'll post a video or two about it in a later date. But leave a comments down below whether I should bring it to a separate channel, or should I just, you know, upload it as sub content to this channel at the same time. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys, and this is V-Shai, and I'll see you guys in a future video. Peace.